All right. BLM is a hate group. It is as much a hate group as the KKK. When I read the things that black people are doing nationwide to innocent people, I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted by every single person who's not speaking out about it. Now, I see two different sides, and both of y'all are wrong. I see a whole bunch of white people making excuses why it's okay for these things to happen to black people, and that's completely wrong. Then I see BLM doing the same thing. Meanwhile, the actual victims are caught in the crossfire. Black people aren't the victims. White people aren't the victims. We, the people, are the victims. The things that many people from BLM are doing are wrong. Now, many of the things that you guys want to tell me they're doing that's wrong, I disagree with. I am all for property damage. All for it. Between harming people and harming their property, hit their wallet. Hit their fucking wallet. That's how they're able to get away with victimizing us. They hit the fuck out of our wallet and make sure that we can't take them to court. Why is BLM racist? Well, let's take laws concerning that. Laws that we put into place because of another hate group. How many of you have ever heard of the KKK? We made the KKK a hate group because they are. Does every single member of the KKK want to see black people and Jews dead? No. A lot of them, they say, I'm just proud to be white. I'm proud of my heritage. If it's all right for other people to be proud of theirs, it's all right for me to be proud of mine. I'm tired of being told that everything is my fault because of the color of my skin. I can get that. I can understand that. That doesn't mean that just because you aren't like most of the people in the KKK, it doesn't mean that the KKK is not a racially motivated hate group. You joined a hate group and your reasons aren't hateful or racist, but most of the people that you're there with are. And every time they drop the N-bomb and you don't correct them, you're saying that racism is okay. When you say, oh, I don't hate black people. I'm a KKK member, but it's not because I hate black people. It's because I have pride. Well, pride is fine, but why do you have to have a hate group to have pride? Why do you have to join a hate group for that? Can't you be proud of yourself for your own achievements? Now, I keep hearing how nobody owes me nothing. I got a whole bunch of screenshots from blacks saying how we owe them, we owe them, we owe them, followed by those very same black people typing that nobody owes us nothing. And then we get this narrative where BLM wants to pretend that a whole bunch of shit in history doesn't exist. The only parts of history that actually exist are the ones where black people got screwed, and we need to ignore the rest of history. Oh, no. Hell no. See, a lot of white people are pissed off about these statues being torn down. Those statues need to be torn down. Are you fucking kidding me? You think the Jews want a statue of Hitler in downtown Israel? That don't make any goddamn sense. We hear about how Columbus discovered America, but we don't teach about how he wanted to make a bunch of money and he was selling 9-year-old Haitian girls to his sailors as sex slaves. course, we tend to turn a blind eye to that, don't we? To this day, we turn a blind eye to that. It's not a big major issue because black lives are what matters right now. Now, a lot of people want to ignore situations where the victims are not black now because, well, everybody in America is aware now that if you make it a racist issue, you can be completely wrong, but you still win because you got a lot of backup because there's a lot of hatred. I keep reading from BLM. White people, white people, white people, white people, white people. And I reply back, black people, black people, black people, black people, black people. You don't like it back, do you? When the issue is police brutality, and you want to pretend like it's only happening to black people, then there are a whole bunch of other police and a whole bunch of other fucking victims who aren't being heard. And look how BLM is treating the other victims. Most of the victims are on their fucking side. Me, I get shamed because of the color of my skin after dealing with a whole fucking life of police brutality, racism, sexual assaults. A whole lifetime of that shit. I have had grown men stick their dicks in my asshole. And I have women tell me that I need to get to the back of the bus because that happens more to women. So we should ignore the other victims? Is that what you're saying? I'm not trying to end victimization against women. Not even fucking close. I'm trying to end victimization against all of the victims. If I pick women only, then I'm saying that people like me who had to do that don't matter. To this day, I stick up for black rights, but not BLM rights. BLM is a hate group, just like the police department. The police are a hate group. Americans hate the homeless. Black America hates the homeless. White America hates the homeless. You hate the homeless more than you hate the politicians who are raping your fucking kid. When I was homeless in Boulder, I saw homeless people do more to clean up that city than everybody else in that city combined. I also saw that entire city victimize the homeless. And then there's going to be these little bitches who go, oh, well, you know, I took food to the homeless. Thank you. You are one person, though. One person. I am not ungrateful for your contribution. Those of you who are fighting for equal rights, I thank you. All lives do matter. You want to claim that we are ignoring what's happening to black people by saying all lives matter. No, by saying black lives matter, by victimizing the other victims and shaming the other victims. Black Lives Matter has shown itself to be a hate group, a racially motivated hate group. A hate group that doesn't care about the other victims. A hate group that shames and victimizes the other victims. Oh, we can't be racist, we're black. Fuck you, you racist piece of shit. Tell that to that little white girl waiting on a fucking train. Tell that to that little white boy who was sitting on that park bench. Did those kids even try to fight back? Fuck no, they didn't. And I have seen black people use their color on many occasions to try to intimidate other people. Matter of fact, there's a comedian named Kevin Hart who talks about this. when there were 6 black college kids going hobo bashing in Boulder, Colorado, and trying to steal a homeless dude's bike from him, just looking for somebody to harm. Those were black kids that were doing that, by the way. And I got up in their face. I got up in the face of the biggest one, and I told him I was going to intimidate him with my blackness. Thought it was fucking hilarious. You know, those black kids that were down there looking for somebody to hurt, looking for a homeless person in specific to hurt. They bought me a burrito. Bought me a burrito, dude. Did they go down there to buy a homeless person a burrito? No, they went down there to beat up some homeless people and steal a homeless person's bike. To be honest with you, when I told that dude that, I was hoping he'd find it funny, but I was pretty sure I was about to get my ass beat by 6 black kids. Black Lives Matter is a hate group, a racially motivated hate group. Black Lives Matter's members are victimizing innocent people who never did them wrong. Black Lives Matters is spreading racial hate and discontent. The members of BLM and their actions against the American people are disgusting. You know, anybody who wants to be pissed off at me for saying this, you know what? I've been speaking out about how disgusting the KKK is for years. And their Hadean fucking sisterhood for years. If you're going to be a racist asshole, I'm going to speak out. And I'm also going to give you a taste of your own fucking medicine. You don't fucking like it? Neither do I. The whole system needs to be torn down. And we need to start over. A lot of people from BLM and a lot of Antifa folks talking about killing racists. You're going to have to kill yourself. You are going to have to kill yourself in that matter. Antifa, if you're not going after these black people who are doing these things, you are being racist. If people are doing these things to innocent white people and Antifa is doing nothing, then Antifa is racist. I've argued with a lot of little Antifa bitches. Now, while I wholeheartedly agree with the cause, I don't agree with the action. I don't agree with beating the shit out of anybody who disagrees with you and your narrative. You're as bad as the government, Antifa. You are as bad as the KKK. You are as bad as BLM. Now, if I didn't read so much bullshit and so much ignorant bullshit from a bunch of BLM assholes trying to sell a racist narrative, it might be different. Now, I'm not claiming that racism doesn't exist. Those of you fucking idiots who keep going back to that, well, you obviously have a different agenda. You obviously only have hate. You obviously don't give a shit about your fellow human beings. Only Black Lives Matter. That's what BLM is. Only Black Lives Matter. Only. Now people keep saying, well, that's not what BLM is about. No, I'm seeing firsthand what BLM is about. Don't tell me that racism, that BLM isn't racist, while BLM is all of this racist shit. If you're going to blame groups, then I will blame groups. Although it is individuals who are doing these things, not black people, but individuals of every color doing these things. Yeah. Fuck this goddamn country. Fuck everybody. I don't care what color you are. We can change this, but not while we're busy selling narratives that we know to be fuck shit. Oh, we just want special rights for women. We just want special rights for black people. We just want special rights for natives. We just want special rights for gays. Meanwhile, I'm fighting for all of those rights. I'm fighting for all of those rights to be basic human rights. If they're not just doing it to black people, then it's not a racial issue. That is not to say that there is no racism involved. There are lots of these issues that are racist, but there's also a lot of black people playing the race card, just like women my entire life have played the women card. Oh, I have a vagina, so I must be the victim. That's playing on public bias. A woman can destroy a man's life with slander and get away with it. And women are taught this, taught to play victim. Every single female in the United States is taught to play victim, all of them. Our society teaches them this by treating boys and girls differently. Now, most of y'all can agree that the government's the ones that are fucking you. Most of y'all can agree that the police are the ones brutalizing. But you want special rights just for your group. You don't want equal rights. And the problem with rights, as we have seen in the last 40 years, special rights create racial divide. If the police are brutalizing Americans and we make it specifically wrong just to do it to minorities, then we're ignoring most of the victims. You know, most victims of police shootings are white. That statistic doesn't fit the BLM rhetoric, though, that it's only happening to black people. If BLM was fighting for our rights, they would be speaking out about these things happening to Native Americans. Colin Kaepernick is. Colin Kaepernick's not a racist. Colin Kaepernick isn't just fighting for his group like a racist asshole. He's fighting for human rights, like me. BLM can kiss my ass. The KKK can kiss my ass. Those of you who want to make excuses can kiss my ass. A lot of these people who are for BLM want to type that same hateful bullshit as everyone else about how the homeless deserve it, about how the homeless chose it. Really? I didn't choose to get dropped off at 18 with nothing. I didn't choose for people to steal from me because I was in a vulnerable situation where I had to trust them. I'm not going to pretend that this shit isn't into black folks. But I am going to bitch out BLM for pretending that it's not happening to others. BLM is a racially motivated hate group. If they weren't, then BLM would be speaking out about how wrong the brutality against these white children is. These are children, for shit's sake. I'm going to end this video, though. I got another video to make about a dude in this town who did some pretty immoral shit.